Welcome to Daily Meditation with Sangha Live. Hello, friends. Good morning. Oops, let me adjust a little bit. Something. Oh, does that look a bit wonky? There we go. Hello. Making everything's a bit not very straight here. I'm sorry. Okay, that's better, I think. All right. Good morning. It's my first time here for daily meditations this year. So I was away in India all of January, and I'm generally having a kind of sabbatical period over this winter, so I'm not teaching very much at all. Actually, the only teaching I'm doing pretty much between November and May is here at Sangha Live a little bit. So partly just having some time to not teach, which is nice, and just be sort of out of the role. Also partly to have some time to write a little more. And yeah, so far it's been very nice to do that, even though I've done less writing than I might have liked. Anyway, welcome wherever you are, however you are, whoever you think you are. The theme this week for our practice together is love, loving awareness. Yeah, we look around the world and love can seem in short supply. Love can seem desperately missing from the public discourse, from our politics and our economics and our social policies and the many stories of conflict and confusion and corruption. And it's easy to feel despondent or despairing, at the way the world seems to function, and with good reason. And on the one hand, it could seem kind of facile, couldn't it? The idea, all you need is love. There seems so much that's not lovable in the world. So this week, I guess, part of the exploration might be how to love what seems unlovable. And that can be just as much within as in our relationships, and then in the wider world, those sort of three domains of the inner life, and then the immediately relational life, and then the more abstract, larger sense of life. Loving what arises, whether we like it or not. The way love can heal the unlovable. So I won't talk too much each day, just a little bit of reflection and then some practice of loving awareness and some different elements and dimensions of that in simple ways, So maybe just one little thing I'll say before we sit, but before I say any of that, just take a moment to sense what's love in this moment. Just, we're just sitting here. Many of you have maybe just woken up or something. You're sitting, however you're feeling right now, right? You may be feeling peaceful or agitated, sleepy or anxious or anything else. But just as you sit here in a very ordinary way, what is there an access to being here just with your own current condition, with your mind like this, with your body like this, with your immediate situation around you, however the sounds are, whatever the temperature's like, whatever's going on? Is there some access to being with all this in a way that's loving? It doesn't mean it has to feel nice, because that's not always accessible. Body doesn't always feel good. Mind doesn't always feel good. Environment doesn't always look good or sound good. We can't have our experience be agreeable to us always. But we can be loving towards our experience. Even when, and actually most especially when, it's unpleasant or uncomfortable. That's when our experience most needs our loving attention. I was listening to Desert Island Discs yesterday. The Brits probably know that as a sort of beloved radio program. And it was this week, the interviewee this week was Laurie Anderson, very fantastic American poet, artist, kind of multidisciplinary ways, really visionary. She's also a very long-term Tibetan Buddhist practitioner. And she was also married to Lou Reed until his death. And she produced a really great album of chanting based on the Heart Sutra and the chants of emptiness with some Tibetan monks. Very well worth checking out. You can find it on Spotify. Anyway, one of the projects she did when she was teaching art history, I think, at Harvard, I'm not exactly sure what the course was she was teaching, doesn't matter. But this is what the interviewer, Lauren Laverne, is it, asked about to Laurie Anderson. She said, when you were teaching this thing at Harvard, one of the things you did was to ask people, is everything beautiful? Is everything beautiful? And so she returned that question to Laurie Anderson. What would your answer be? Is everything beautiful? And Laurie Anderson's response was an unequivocal yes. So it's interesting, right? Is everything beautiful? In other words, we could say, is everything worthy of love? Is everything deserving of love? Is everything lovable? And there's so many objections. There's so many seeming exceptions. There's so many things we can point to that so patently, obviously, don't seem beautiful. And those are, valid objections, but they're also rational objections, and they're theoretical objections. Experientially, we can look through eyes which see, we can look through a heart which feels, we can look through wisdom which knows everything is beautiful. So today, and maybe this week, if you stay with me this week, and please do, please stay along. Is it possible, right, to gently, not to dismiss the objections and the seeming exceptions, the things that I can't love, right, but to gently be interested in the process of rejecting, hating, dismissing, judging, pushing away, and to see maybe that which most seems distasteful to us, which might be our own pattern, our own belief, our own reaction, our own habit, or might be something we see in the behavior of those around us that we feel angry about, furious with, resentful of. Or it might be the stuff playing out on the wider world stage and some of the leading figures on the world stage. Can we, rather than just going along with that, with the way we close our heart, retreat into judgment, become sure of ourselves in some way, and therefore separate ourselves out from this field of loving awareness in which our heart actually has its home, its rest, its fulfillment? Can we just be interested in the gap there, and the gap before we retreat into separation, or if we find we've retreated into separation, can we be gentle there, curious there, loving there? Right? So that even the condition of no, that can be beloved, beautiful, worthy of care and attention. All right, that's the flavour, friends, of this week of practice. And to begin today, to begin, nothing special. Just, in a way, an extension of what I asked you a few minutes ago about, is there a way to just be loving to this? So our meditation time this morning will just be meditation on loving awareness, which is no different than ordinary awareness, right? If it's not loving, it's not really awareness. And the loving nature of awareness is an inherent, intrinsic quality. So I'll point to that a little as we sit together. So please take your seat for meditation. So set up your posture in a way that feels loving. And just letting yourself really find out what that means. How do I set up my posture in a way that feels loving? It's really honouring this bodily experience. Letting your attention come in and settle down and suffuse through the feel of body sitting, miracle of bodily life. Coming into your legs and feet, and letting them rest down into the floor, into the cushion, into your seat. Sensing into the length and dignity of your spine. See if you can really enjoy that sense of dignity, that uprightness. The sense of your vertebrae being really aligned, there being both space between each vertebrae and the uplift of your spine, and also a sense of ease and gentleness, as if each vertebrae is resting on the one below. Sensing into your face. And letting it be open. Letting your eyes soften. Letting your jaw loosen. Letting your tongue be at rest in your mouth. Sensing into your chest. Letting your shoulders just sort of roll back a little maybe and slide down your back. So that there's that feeling in the chest of a kind of undefended openness. A receptivity to life, to breath, to feeling. And so we come in to a wakeful, restful body. And we settle into a natural, tide of breath. And we rest into a gentle, loving awareness. We find the feel of a loving awareness in relaxing, softening, simplifying. You find a loving quality to awareness by opening our attention to the dance of sensation, to the intimate feeling of breath, expanding in the in-breath, softening in the out-breath. Opening to the soundscape. Opening to the flow of experience, the arising and the passing, the changing nature of each moment. we find the loving quality of awareness by forgiving ourselves, everything, forgiving our experience, forgiving our wandering mind, forgiving our fatigue or restlessness, forgiving the weird or stray or anxious or judgmental thoughts that might arise. Forgiving our trespasses. You can't go wrong in meditation. However distracted, however sleepy, however restless, however confused mind might be, it's okay. Recognize it. Forgive it. Let it dissolve. Begin again, right here. Here in this breathing body. Here in this gentle attitude. Here in loving awareness. We find the loving quality of awareness by really entering into our experience, by choosing an intimacy with what arises. By being deeply interested, not intellectually interested, but kinesthetically interested in this breath, this thought, this feeling, this sound, this moment, this life. May we all cultivate loving awareness. May we all dwell in loving awareness. And may we all recognize the essential nature and essential function of our minds, of our lives, as that of loving awareness. Today's podcast is an offering to you from our archive of freely available live daily classes. We make wisdom teachings and meditations as freely available as possible to as many people as wish to practice. You can help ensure we can continue to support a worldwide Sangha by leaving a review wherever you get your podcasts, by sharing this with someone who'd be interested, and by offering a small financial support at sangha.live/donate.